We're all searching for the feeling of flow, but Stan's is out here selling it. I'm Dario, and I'm talking about the new Stan's Mark IV Flow wheel set. For their fourth iteration of the Flow rims, Stan's did something a little bit different this time. This is the first time Stan's has done an asymmetric rim for their wheel sets, and the reason behind that is it creates a more even wheel tension between the left and the right side of the spokes, keeping it in true longer and able to withstand bigger hits and bigger corners. The Mark IV Flow is available as both a rim and a built wheel set, with those wheels rolling on Stan's all-new Project 321 made Neo hubs. They're available in both 27.5 and 29, with prices ranging from $300 for 2 rims up to $900 and about $60 for the full wheel set. When it comes to weight, for the 27.5 wheel set, you're looking at about 1,700 grams, and for the 29 at about 1,850. So respectable weights considering the fact that these are a full alloy wheel with 32 spokes each. When it comes to nerdier tech, the new Stan's hubs are actually pretty interesting. They've got adjustable preload on both the front and rear hub, which allows you to get better tension in your bearings so that they don't wear out as quickly and they roll fast. Additionally, they use Project 321's magnetic pawl technology, which is supposed to decrease friction and allow for super quick engagement when you want it. These hubs, as they are, have 216 points of engagement, which is pretty money for anything. Project 321's magnetic pawl system is supposed to reduce friction while also allowing for super quick engagement. These have 216 points, so it's got that super buzzy feel. You never feel like there's slop in the system. Stan's has done a really good job of sealing these hubs, so they should withstand winter conditions pretty well. They've got really nice rubber seals that are entirely hidden from the outside. So you've got like an aluminum cap over top of the rubber seal inside the hub, protecting the bearings. And then the free hub runs on a double row bearing, which is supposed to be a lot stiffer under pedaling load. So you shouldn't get any sort of snapped axles or anything like that, if any bigger riders have ever had that concern. I've been riding these for the past month or so and put a ton of miles on them in a bunch of different conditions. And so far I'm impressed. I've been riding carbon wheels for about the past 2 years. And these are the first alloy rims I've been on in a while, and they feel fantastic. I've definitely had the sensation of riding carbon rims that are too stiff, and I've found that these Stan's wheels, while not being super soft, have a really nice ride characteristic to them, especially in corners, where you can really feel the wheel tracking the ground and not getting too chattery over bumps. The first thing I noticed when the wheels were shipped to me was how low the spoke tension felt relative to some other wheels I've been reviewing recently, which is something that Stan's has always kind of done in their wheel builds. And what I dig about that is you actually get a bit more compliance out of the rim, but you can make the rim itself quite a bit burlier. So like these are Stan's downhill rated rims. Like you can race, any sort of free ride stuff on these, and they should hold up. And I've definitely had some seriously hard impacts, some big cases on them, and they're no flat spots. They're still running pretty true. And to me, that's impressive with an alloy rim, because I remember like when I was running them often, you frequently had to be truing them. There's a lot of flat spots anytime you bottom out, and these haven't had that problem. Now, I've been riding the 29er wheel set, which according to Stan's is around 1,880 grams. My set measured in a little bit lower at 1,850, and I think that they ride really nicely. I don't have a super light bike. I think this clocks in at around like 36.5 pounds, 37. And so the weight of my wheels isn't a huge concern, but it's really nice to have a lower rotational weight. So something to consider. At 1,800 grams, this is pretty respectable for an alloy wheel set. You can definitely get heavier out there. You can even get carbon rims that are heavier than that. Now, in terms of who I think these wheels are for, we're getting a lot of full complete bikes now with pretty crappy OEM wheel sets, frankly. And I think a lot of people are starting to associate those OEM wheel sets with alloy wheels in general. And I think these make a great case for an alloy wheel set that is a good upgrade for a lot of people's bikes. At around $950 for the set, they're not cheap, but at the same time you get really good hubs, really nice rims, and a well-built wheel from Stan's. And as far as I can tell, they should last. If you're regularly riding buff, super quick XC style trails, I don't think these are the best wheels for you. But if you're riding stuff that's pretty chunky, with a lot of hard cornering in it, these have held up great and they feel really nice in those conditions. I think they track really well through rock gardens, and on any sort of heavy cornering, you feel the wheel flex a little bit, but it's predictable and it feels nice. It doesn't feel like you're like about to break something. When it comes to setting up tubeless, these have been super easy, as you'd hope from Stan's, being that they're a tubeless company. I've done a ton of different tires on these because I've been testing a bunch. At no point have I had an issue inflating them with a floor pump. Running inserts sometimes without, and in both cases it's been easy. Obviously inserts make inflating a tubeless tire a lot easier once you get it on there, but even without an insert, running like a light exo tire, these have inflated really nicely. So thumbs up there. This gets into the weeds a little bit, but for those that have ridden a lot of carbon wheels and a lot of alloy wheels, there is a slight difference between the two that I've noticed. I think carbon wheels in the right conditions can feel kind of energetic. Like when you pump into a turn or into a compression, they kind of give a little bit of energy back to you. And I find that alloy wheels are a little bit different in that way. They may deaden those impacts a bit, which can feel really nice over rough stuff. But when you're really trying to pump the bike for speed, sometimes you lose a little bit of that to the like compliance of the material. I do notice that a bit with these, but it's not drastic. Like they don't feel like a slow wheel set by any means. It's just back to back on the same tracks that I can ride at home. It does feel a little bit different. But then again, when you're getting fatigued, like I've had some really long days on these, it kind of feels nice. Like it's a more comfortable ride than like say like a really stiff carbon wheel set would be. And you don't have to be as on point through rooty sections or rock gardens. So I've come to appreciate that. Like I can kind of send it deeper off of stuff and not worry too much about how my wheel's deflecting and if it's gonna like send me offline. So I've dug that. But then again, if you're doing like race precision, like you're some sort of downhill maniac and you can like nail a quarter on trail, then maybe you want a slightly more precise, super stiff carbon wheel set. I've had a great time on these things so far. Again, I haven't ridden an alloy wheel in a while, and these don't have me thirsting to go back to my carbon wheels. For any sort of gravity riding, I think they're pretty ideal. They're gonna last a long time, especially because I'm running inserts. I'm not too concerned about like big flat spots on the rims, but for anyone who wants like durable hubs, pretty durable rims, I think the stands are the move. At around 900 bucks, they don't break the bank, especially compared to higher end carbon offerings that are hitting like 2 grand now. So if you're a burlier rider who really enjoys the feeling of flow on trail, then maybe the Stands Mark IV flows are for you. Thanks for watching. If you have any really nitty-gritty wheel build questions, you can head over to Stand's website. They've got full wheel build breakdowns of all their different options. And if you have any questions for us, hit us in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again.
Oh yeah.